A whole year. I mean, for a whole hour. And then when I was leaving, I was like, I didn't even ask for her name. So she told me her name. And then, when I was leaving, I was like, well, I hope that we stay in touch. Do you have IG? And then she gave me her Instagram. No. And I was like, what the fuck? My cousin is actually following you. And then she was like, well, who is your cousin, actually? And then I was like, Powerball. And then she just told me that she talked to you like what? She talked to you guys 2 days ago. You see how life is crazy.
Oh!
All the time for going to lunch at my aunt's.
Okay.
So this is another fountain because there's like every Italian city we always have a fountain in the square. And then some more cafes. And this is the medieval village inside. I'll show you later.
Great.
That is the town hall, and that is the marina where my dad has a shop. As you can see, there are lots of boats. And that's pretty much it.
Much of what solo traveling is about, for me, not waiting for something in order to walk towards my life, in order to be in my life, in order to experience my life. And I know that in some ways, I mean, Oprah said it. She said, I'm the poster child for singledom. I don't want to be that. I want to be the poster child for being and inhabiting your own skin, for living in your own skin. Yes, I am a single Black woman who does not have children. Not having a relationship, a long relationships, not having children has allowed me to explore things of my own humanity. It has deposited me here at 52 in an extraordinary experience that is filled with joy, loneliness, grief, exuberance, delight, like literally all of it, and I feel available to it.
I don't think I've ever resonated with something more. If you take nothing else away from my channel, let it be this. You do not have to wait for anyone's permission, for anyone to join you, for any relationship, for anything, to step into your own life, to build the life of your dreams, to arrive in your life. The reason I solo travel, the reason I do everything I do, the reason I am running towards my dreams is because I believe I deserve that, and I'm not going to wait for anyone, not a man, not a woman, anyone, to give me permission to go after the life that I want, to exist in my own skin. I loved the way she articulated that. And if I have to do it single, how lucky am I to have the privilege to do it single? My ancestors did not make all of the sacrifices that they made for me to wait for someone. And that is exactly why I'm here in London, to test out if this city is going to be my new forever home. And so far, things are looking pretty great. I have never in my life been to a place that is this international. It is so diverse. There's so much going on. The dance scene is exploding. So many different things. There's something for everyone. People are so friendly. I've had so many conversations every single day. It's beautiful. The food's great. The public transportation system is absolutely amazing. I'm loving the area that I'm living right now. If it weren't for the visa process, I would have already decided to stay. The two challenges, or not even challenges, but things I will have to navigate are the visa process, and also it's just like a way higher cost of living here. But I'm willing to do what I need to do to figure it out so I can try. It's also in such a prime geographical location. London is basically a mix of all of my favorite things about Los Angeles, Mexico City, and Tokyo. But I would not know what I like or what I need out of a city if I didn't give myself permission to leave home, if I didn't give myself permission to explore, if I didn't give myself permission to dream. A huge part of the reason that I'm here in London is because of the dance scene, is because I feel like I could gain access to training and contact improv and a lot of things that I wouldn't really get in LA. And while I know there are a lot of people who might feel like being single or being child-free is a negative thing, I am right here because of those things, because I have the freedom to choose for myself, to show up for myself and decide what's best for me. And I am so grateful for that. You do.
Because I wake up 3 times a night.
Oh wow.
In the beginning, I remember, 20 years ago.
20 years
5
ago.
pounds, isn't it?
Oh my God.
Eastern medicine is where it's at, and I am sad that it took me this long to do this. I feel so relaxed. For 70 pounds, which comes out, or 75 pounds, it comes out to about $100. I got a 30-minute acupuncture session, a massage, and it was 20 pounds for herbs. I went in just because like I want some support with my gut motility, and it's impacting other aspects of my health. And she was like, I recommend 6 weeks, but you can pay as you go, or you can, pay in full. I'm going to pay as I go because I want to see how things progress, but I already feel like calmer. And she did mention that the source of a lot of my issues is probably stress. And I feel that. And so I went there. I'll put some clips from the office in this video if I haven't already. I loved the doctor, Dr. Lou. Shout out to Dr. Lou. Highly recommend if you're ever in London. It's in the Putney area. And then I walked out and I saw that I was right next to the Putney Bridge. So I walked across, and now I'm sitting staring at the Thames River. I've done acupuncture once before with my holistic gut doctor in LA, but this hit different. I was knocked out. I already know I'm about to have the best sleep of my life tonight. Also, I found this product at Sainsbury's, valerian root drops. I'm gonna put a photo of it in here. When I tell you I was levitating above the bed last night, and it works instantly. It's for anxiety and sleep and relaxation. I read the reviews and someone was saying that it works within minutes. She was not exaggerating. Wow. Something else I want to dive a little into. I don't know if this will be the video where I talk about it. Maybe. I haven't decided yet. But back when I was living in Japan, I think due to just stress, change in diet, change in lifestyle, existing in a winter season, I put on a little bit of weight. And my exercise habits really changed. I wasn't moving the same way that I have always been. And so back in February, I just created this like 5-day split where I work on each body group in the gym. It's like just a few exercises that I repeat 3 times each, plus like an incline walk on the treadmill for like 20 to 30 minutes. And I do that 5 to 6 times a week. I've been able to drop the weight and I feel like I'm the strongest I have ever been, and it's like the least complicated exercising I've ever done. I used to have a personal trainer and I used to take like these really intense hot Pilates classes and run all the time, which I loved, but my body never really toned up and changed. I've been doing the same exact exercises for February, March, April, May, June, July, 6 months. And this is the most progress I've ever seen in my body in my adult life. I am so proud. They were not lying when they were talking about progressive overload. This experience has taught me that like, you are not the exception, you know? Like I used to think that, oh, progressive overload and weightlifting works for everyone else, but not for me. Like I need to do something that's way more complicated, way more cardio, way more strenuous. No, 45 minutes to an hour in the gym, an hour max. That's when I'm really just like on my phone and not really focused. I can get in and out of there in 45 minutes. I'm also walking a ton, which helps, but I'm amazed at what the changes I've been able to see by just doing the same exact exercises. I increased the reps, and it's okay. The weight slightly, but yeah. My mind is blown. Back to the acupuncture session. I'm interested in seeing how doing this plus the herbs helps with my focus and my ability to initiate tasks, because I have been feeling blocked, and she was like, your chi is blocked. She says my body is damp, which I've heard about online. But I asked her, I'm like, is this going to help with the brain fog and the difficulty with focusing? And she's like, yeah, it'll clean up your brain for sure. So I'll be reflecting and reporting on that as well.
Ballet is good.
Yeah, can't complain. What do you guys?
They literally have everything I was looking for here and at this market. Amazing market, amazing market.
I want to eat. I'm gonna finish this whole bag by the time we leave. We don't have stuff like this in France. Honestly.
You have Naturalia, but it's not the same.
No.
This is a letter from a son to a mother who cannot read, written when the speaker, a little dog, is in his late 20s. The letter unearths a family's history that began before he was born. It tells of Vietnam, of the lasting impacts of war, and his family's struggle to forge a new future. And it serves as a doorway into parts of little dog's life his mother has never known. Episodes of bewilderment, fear, and passion, all the while moving closer to an unforgettable revelation.
I think it's the right thing to do to show people you're interested.
Right,
but
I
then
agree.
After 4 or 5 times, it's like, come on now, I can't do everything.
Now I'm not respecting myself either.
Yeah.
I came across this video right before I saw you that was like some women, but it could be men too, will end up with losers because they're leading with their ego, because you can't fathom the fact that like you could be this great catch and have all these wonderful qualities and there's someone that doesn't see it. And I'm like, that is true.
That's so many people.
Yeah.
Wait, you're saying like they're gonna end up being with like a loser,
or you're like trying to prove yourself to someone.
But my astrology did say that I'm supposed to meet somebody before September 24th.
Really?
It was
that
like
specific?
It said between May 6th, so I've been counting the days.
Yeah.
No, it's between May 6th and September like 4th, or I think it's the 24th, that I'm supposed to meet somebody, not even romantically, but like somebody who will like be in my life for the next season, like the next 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. It was like a significant person.
Wow.
And now everyone I meet, I'm kind of like, maybe?
Yeah.
Even if you don't love yourself.
Hear that? If you don't even love yourself, you bum.
I have been trying to figure out how I want to wrap this video up and so that I can publish it, and I think I finally know what I want the message to be. And it's that you just never know how good it can get. I have been seeing a lot about Ocean Vuong in the past couple of months. My friend recommended the podcast episode on Being, where he's being interviewed by Krista Tippett. And then I went and met up with a friend this weekend, and she had one of his poetry books. And then I was scrolling on TikTok, and my friend Jazz was reading a passage from this book. And I was so captivated by the way she described it and what she read from the book that I immediately went out and bought it. Damon is here in London, and I was like, we have to go. He was like, I really want to take you to Foyles, the Charing Cross location, because there's a little cafe. And I was like, let's go. And they had this book. I started reading it last night, and I've just been searching my entire life for that feeling of getting lost in a book. I've had small glimpses of it, but never like this, never to the point where like I had to literally be falling asleep to put it down. I was so excited to wake up and have my coffee and read it. I've just never encountered an author that is so intentional with their language. The reason I was so drawn to Ocean Vuong was because in the On Being podcast by Krista Tippett, he speaks about, he's like, why is it that in our language when we're doing something really well or celebrating something, we use such violent language? You're crushing it, you're killing it. And I'd never heard that perspective before, and it inspired me to be more intentional with my language. And ever since then, I was like, and just the way that he speaks is unlike anything I've ever heard. And reading this book and experiencing this feeling that I've been searching for my entire life, I was like, wow, you just never know how good it can get. It's beautiful and tragic, and I'm only 30 pages in and I don't want to do anything else. But you just never know how good it can get. And if I had to just, surrendered to that feeling that like maybe reading was a medium that I just didn't get to fall in love with the way that my friends or other people I see online do, I would have never connected with what I think will be one of the most incredible things I come into contact with in my lifetime. I know this will be one of my favorite books, and I'm barely scratching the surface. I'm so excited to read more of his writing. And when I think about, we just don't know how good it can get, I think about my own life. I've been thinking a lot about my childhood, and why I have or I've fallen into certain patterns in terms of like the people I'm attracted to, and yeah, why I just find myself in the same place over and over again. When it comes to like, I'm not in a relationship, but like just the people I'm drawn to. So I've just been examining my childhood and realizing that I sort of clung to fragments. When in reality I experienced like a lot more trauma than I was awake to. And if you would have told the childhood version of me that at one point in my life I would be dancing in a different country and walk out to, you know, a woman singing opera on the streets in this beautiful city, I wouldn't have believed you. I wouldn't have believed you. If you would have told my childhood self that life wasn't always going to be full of pain and suffering, I wouldn't have believed you. But you just never know how good it can get. And if you give up and you settle for what's in front of you, you'll miss out on all of the beautiful things that life has to offer. And I know right now it's really easy to give in to pessimism and to just like throw your hands up. But life can be really beautiful and you deserve to see it. You deserve to experience it. A lot of people have asked me recently, so what's your plan with dance? You know, what do you want to do? And I always tell them, I just want to see how far I can go. I don't want to limit myself. I don't want to put these like arbitrary deadlines and goals and benchmarks, because at the end of the day, I just don't know how good it can get. And I want to leave room for that. And so I always tell them that right now I'm just falling in love with it and seeing how far I can go. If life feels a bit dark for you right now, if you're feeling a bit lost, let me be the living and breathing example that things can change. Things can get better. If they can get better for me, they can get better for you. What you're experiencing right now does not have to be your reality forever. Leave space for things to get better. You don't have to know how or what that looks like. Just leave space for the belief that it can get better. I want to say thank you to Jazz for recommending this book. Thank you to Ocean Vuong for being a living, breathing example for me that things can get better, for creating this work of art that is like a physical reminder that I will hold on to for the rest of my life, that things can get better. Thank you for taking the time to press play on today's video. I hope this message reached the person that needed to hear it. Thank you for showing up for me. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for being patient with me. And as always, thank you for being here. I'll see you soon. I love you. Bye.